Hello. I did the thing again where I miss a stream and then I go, no, I don't need I missed a stream. Streaming's not important. I don't have to stream. And then I subsequently missed like 3 to 4 streams after. But we're good though because I did work on this off stream. We looking good. I see my preview's just a little bit laggy, but I think that's just because I was clicked off of it. Yeah, it's totally because I clicked off it. I'll just keep that open, I guess. Yeah, anyway, hi, welcome. This feels weird. I haven't done this in so long. But I suppose I should just get right into it. So last week, YouTube, you good? Come on. I don't want everything to just all of a sudden be bad. My god. Okay, so last week, I took a little bit of a break from working on the game, to do another thing. I wanted to do a little bit of an experiment, because I know at some point I want to redo these character models again, and I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to be like, I don't want to make a character model and go, I hate it, and then just make a new one, and then just the cycle repeats. This is already the second character model on this stream that I've made for Jimmy. He's behind the mushroom there. And I'll get to what I've done. I'll get to this scene in a second, because I know there's a lot here that wasn't there last stream. But first, let me finish this thought. But yeah, I don't want to keep making these character models, and I had to think to myself, I'm like, why do I hate the way that these character models look, like, constantly? Why do I want to keep redoing them? Why is this like the 8th iteration of Jimmy that I've made and I still hate it? It's because I have been fighting myself with, like, for a long time about the kind of art style I want for the character. I know what I want Jimmy to look like, especially now that there's some core design changes that I do want to make. Like, I want to make him older, I want to give him a backpack, I want to actually give him headphones, because they all play into the story. But that's not the point. But I'm like, I've been fighting myself with, like, what art style I want to use, and what I mean by that is, like, for the longest time, I didn't know if I wanted to make Jimmy's world and his character more realistic, or more, like, anime or, like, stylized. Like, I was thinking, like, so hard to myself, like, do I want to just use a tool like Make Human, which makes pretty, like, proportionally accurate, like, realistic humans, to make the human characters for my game? Do I want to lean into the, like, realism, or do I just buckle down and learn, like, consistent sculpting and do it myself? And I think that's the route I want to go. So I've basically I've decided on doing that. I want to do that. I want to just make everything from scratch all on my own, with my own style. But then, like, that begs the question, what is my style? I want to... Since the whole reason why I started working on this game is because of my feelings towards Kingdom Hearts. So I want it to be based off of Kingdom Hearts style, right? And the way Kingdom Hearts does it is so fascinating to me, and this is a lot of, like, that kind of, like, stylized 3D look, where it's like, it's realistic, you know, they have realistic textures, and, like, you know, if you look at the shot of Sora and all his friends in the Keyblade Graveyard, like, those are photorealistic textures, but they're very stylized characters, and yet they fit in that same world, which is fascinating to me. Like, if it was way too overly stylized or proportioned, I mean, if you look at Goofy and Donald and Mickey, then, you know, that's different. But, like, he fits in that world still, despite being clearly, like, stylized in, like, anime. He's an anime boy in a real world. And I'm like, that's the kind of style that I think I want to try and nail down with Jimmy. And that means making more concept art, making, you know, design decisions that are consistent with other characters that might fit in his world, and just sort of trying to figure that out. So, I made some, I'm not gonna show it on stream, but, I made some, I'm making and made some more concept art of, like, what, like, an older version of him would look like, but more importantly, like, what style I want. So, all that to say, the reason I didn't stream last week is I've been trying to figure out what my art style is, like I said, and I wanted to test it out on someone else's character before I did it on my own. So I 3D modeled a character, and I'm not going to show that on stream either because it's someone else's character, and I don't want to just, you know, blast their character on screen if they don't want me to. So, the point is, I made someone else's character in my art style, and I showed it to them, and they liked it. And I like it too. I think it looks very good. But that's given me the confidence now to sort of redesign this character, and hopefully I won't have to do it 10,000 times. But like it's interesting because each iteration of Jimmy gets better every time. So I am really happy with that. So that's what I did last week, and that's what I'm hoping to do off stream as well, is to sort of get the design like nailed down for Jimmy. It's probably not going to be nailed down realistically. There's probably going to be more revisions in the future, but hopefully, you know, I'll be able to pace myself better and learn to accept what I made as good. Let's see, because I also figured out the structure of the game and like the video gaminess of the video game, if that makes any sense. So I figured out, because that's another thing I was kind of fighting with myself too, is like, I know I want to make a Kingdom Hearts style game where you hack and slash at enemies, it's real-time action, and you fight darkness, and I got the story nailed down in this like list of detailed notes that I made for myself. So I'm very happy with that, but like I didn't know what like the core structure or what the gameplay is going to be. But I wrote down some notes, and I think I, for the most part, nailed that down too. Where like what story beats happen, like what missions occur, and like the pacing of it all. So yeah, hopefully I can start working on that soon too. Like sort of in the midst of building up these worlds. Yeah, speaking of these worlds, you've probably been staring at this and being like, whoa, this looks actually not bad, and like not empty at all. What did you do? I built out this little area while I was off stream, and I gotta say I'm so proud of how this turned out. Like, just like, I mean, I still haven't done anything over here since last stream. I was mostly focused on this area, but like, I am so proud of how this looks. Like, the goal of this world is to get it so that if I frame the camera and just like have it sit, like that just looks like a background painting. Like, and I know there's like some tweaking I can do still. But like, I'm just so proud of how this looks. I was able to just quickly put together some houses. Like, these houses didn't even take that long to make. Like, this is just a plane that I like extruded upwards. This is a house design that I just slapped together. Hi, Wiljo. How you doing? I'm doing a lot of talking here and showing off stuff. Why is Paper Mario on stream? This is the world that I've been working on for the past month, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is one of the 4 worlds in this video game that I'm making. I'm also eating some ramen. But yeah, I've just been showing it off and like doing a lot of talking about like future plans and stuff. Like I was saying, I got the like core structure nailed down. Like I knew vaguely what I wanted the gameplay to be, but not any like more specific details. But as I've been thinking about this game more and more, I've been writing down ideas and coming up with stuff. But yeah, I've also been thinking of adjusting my stream schedule a little bit to maybe be like Wednesday, Friday. Just because I'm still experimenting with, like, what times I want to do stuff and whatnot. If I do Wednesday, Friday, I don't have to work Friday night. So I can go on stream for, like, longer, or I can start later. And it won't be as big of an issue. So, I don't know. This is something I was thinking about. I got a lot of plans for March. March is going to be the Beast Turf world, and I got some plans for that. I got to get started, sort of setting that up before I start streaming it. That being said, I don't know if I'm going to stream on the 1st. I don't know. It'll just depend on how long it takes me to set stuff up. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off and throw a dart at a calendar so you get a stream schedule, absolutely. And then inevitably go, I don't feel like streaming, and then miss like 3 streams. But yeah, I'm really proud of how this world turned out. I don't really have any plans. I just wanted to show this off. This might be a shorter stream. Like, I'm thinking maybe, like, half hour to an hour or something of, I don't know. Maybe I'll just, like, quickly fill out this area, or, like, this area or something. A bit of a flex stream. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe I'll fill out either this area, or, maybe I'll, throw some stuff here. I could basically describe how I was able to build this up. I've just been basically, so these are all the same trees that I've had, that I made on stream. I think the first episode of making this world. I've just been kinda painting them around using foliage. I got some assets down here I could just like plop down. Where the heck? Oh, it's because I'm in foliage mode. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, there it is. But yeah, I made some assets. I can just plop them down. Like I made this little house here that changes random colors depending on where it's placed. So I can just have different randomly colored, you know, just houses like this, and I can just kind of put them down. If only you could copy paste trees like that in reality. Absolutely. But yeah, like I said, I don't really have that much else to talk about. Shout out to the... Yo, let's go. Also, are you actually able to see the stream? Because for the longest time, I know you're having a bit of trouble with that. So that'd be pretty sick if you're actually able to watch. Also, for some reason, so I've been painting these, like, dirt roads to sort of connect the houses. No, aw. Damn, that's a shame. Turn it off brief. Okay, gotcha. So you're able to see it if you just, like, turn it on and off real quick before it starts buffering. I hope getting affiliate will, help you be able to see the stream. Well, I don't know. I don't actually know, because I think non-affiliates still have the ability to change the quality of the stream. So I don't fully know how that works. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, for some reason I can't be in, I have to turn the, like, preview to unlit in order to actually see the brush to paint in, like, the dirt and stuff, which is very weird. It's funky, only affiliates get vision rights. I mean, that's what I thought, but like I said, for some reason, I've been on streams that aren't affiliate, and I'm still able to change the quality of it. So I don't know if, like, certain people are granted that privilege or not. It's very weird. Speaking of affiliate, I know I've been trying to get affiliate for so long, since literally the only requirement that I need is a monthly average of 3 viewers. But I kind of screwed myself over not streaming the past week. So that's gonna be fun to have to build back up again. Yeah, I met all the requirements for followers, for, like, number of streams. It's just literally I need a monthly average of 3 viewers, and I'm at, like, 1.9 viewers on average, like, monthly average. So it feels great. But nah, there's no pressure or anything. Like I said, and what I'm trying to accept more is these streams fill the role of it being a documentary of the progress of this game. It's not meant to be a thing. I'm not an influencer. I'm not, like, you know, trying to chase viewers and play the algorithm game and stuff. Like, I'm just here to record the progress and just, like, have a thing that people can watch, and, like, have people join the stream and just, like, chat and chill. That's, oh boy, that's a lot. That's the whole point of these streams. So these streams are yeah, I just have cutaways of just, like, man, I can't take, I don't know. I can't make any bits about The Office. I've never actually seen it. All I know is that they have, like, random cutaway gags. Like, not gags, but, like, sort of, like, interview segments. Tragic, I know. Absolutely. I want to sit down and watch The Office to see what kind of show it is. I don't want to say it's bad if I haven't seen it. It's just, it seems like a very fascinating show. From what I did see, I know it's a sitcom. I know of The Office. But, from what I have seen of it, it looks very like that cringy, awkward humor. I don't know. Think Seinfeld, but funny. I didn't mind Seinfeld. You know, I know the joke is, you know, Cole is forcing me to sit down and subjecting me to Seinfeld, but like I didn't mind it. And I know that might be the Stockholm Syndrome talking, but like I don't know. I thought it was a very fascinating show. But yeah, this is basically what I've been doing off stream. Like, it's not that hard to just kind of fill out an area like this. And this might be a bit much. But, just kind of like plopping down trees and mushrooms and just like in between like some of these empty areas and just like putting houses down. Interesting you described it as fascinating and not funny. Come to think, I'm trying to like remember, because it's been a while since I've seen it, since we had our Seinfeld phase. I'm trying to remember a gag, and the only thing that pops up is the scene with George Costanza saying, "We live in a society." I don't know, I'd have to watch it again to be like, oh yeah, I remember that gag. I don't know if that's me saying that it's fascinating but not memorable. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That was the Joker who said that? That was also George Costanza. He said we live in a society. Twice, I think. In two separate episodes. There's an episode where he's like at like the airport and like something happens. I forget what made him say it, but he goes, "We live in a society." Seinfeld plagiarized Joker. Yeah, a show from the 80s, 90s plagiarized a movie that came out in 2019. What kind of world do we live in? You know, we really do live in a society. But yeah, this is mostly what I've been doing to fill out some of these empty areas is, I just make some goofy looking houses and just like plop them down and then fill in the empty space with like trees and bushes and stuff. Then I would like paint some grass, like some taller grass to like sort of fill out this like wooded area here. And then I have a like grass shadow brush that I am just sort of painting underneath it to kind of give some color variation to the grass here. AAA games have a tree guy. Whose job is it to see if the filler trees are aesthetically pleasing? Well, that's the people over at Megascans, I think. Because like their whole thing is they photo scan stuff like trees and like make them look like realistic as possible for like video games and stuff. Which I've tried using Megascan's trees. They're the kind of trees that I have in the other world that I made last month. But those trees suck. I hate those trees so much. They're bad trees. And I don't know if it's just because I'm not using them right, but they're good looking trees, but the default import resolution is like 8K. And anytime I run it on a system that's not this computer, it's like the game runs at like 10 frames per second. And, like, God forbid I'd place, like, a decent amount of those trees down. Not even to make a forest or anything, but just to have as, like, background. And even on this computer, it runs at, like, 40 frames per second. So I made my own trees. I don't hate nature. I just have to make my own nature. They're good for, like... At least they're good for, like, quick planning. So that's basically what I'm gonna do when I start, working on the next world, for March, is I'll use stuff like Megascans, because the next world's gonna be, like, a desert, like a rugged desert, like, canyon. I'll use, like, Megascans, like, cliffs and rocks, and, like, Megascans textures and stuff like that. But eventually I do want to make my own textures and, like, make my own models for that kind of thing. And make my own trees and stuff like that. Because I actually learned a lot. I made all of these, trees and mushrooms and, like, assets here. Like, even, like, all these, like, textures and stuff. Like, all of this was made by me. And it wasn't that hard. So, like, I could legitimately, like, even if I want a tree to be realistic, quote unquote, I can literally just model it, and then it'd just be all in the texture work. So I can have a lower poly model of a tree with decently sized textures that I could take myself, and it wouldn't look bad. There's just the effort of actually making those textures. Put the fancy background trees back or rewrite, or just make every other 3D model far away. Mario 64 Mario. Oh, like the low level of detail Mario 64 Mario, where he's like, his head is just like a triangular prism. Thanks. Thank you. I know you can't see it. That's why I describe it. Is for people who unfortunately cannot see it. What's nice about this foliage too is it actually lets you just like select individual bits here and just kind of mess with it. What else is new? A lot of planning, basically, is what's new. Mostly just working on this world for this month. And, a lot of planning. I don't really know what else to say. Do you finally have backflips? No backflips yet. I haven't done any, I haven't made any new updates to any gameplay. And that's something I was thinking about for a while. I'm like, because I don't have any like new inspirations for stuff like gameplay, like just how long is this game gonna take to make? Like I was thinking that to myself. And I'm like, it's just literally because I talked about it earlier, but like it's just literally because I didn't have any ideas for, like, more specific and unique gameplay mechanics. Like, I know what I want. I want, a Kingdom Hearts style game where it's, like, real-time action, and you just hack and slash at enemies and you fight darkness. That's the main idea. But as far as stuff that would, like, make this game unique, I just, for the longest time, didn't really have any, like plans as far as gameplay. That got me worried for a little bit. But, it's just, like, the more that's why I set myself a goal for this year is to just, like, I want to work on these worlds and have that be the focus. so that I can think about more of what I want the gameplay to be. So, like, if I can build up these worlds, even if they aren't gonna look exactly like this, then at least I'll have time to think about what I want the gameplay to be, and I will have decently filled out worlds that look nice. So I just don't have to work, just literally just work on what I know and think about stuff I don't know. That's been basically the idea for a while, and I'm starting to think about the stuff that I don't know better, so I can start to work on that kind of stuff this year too, like as I'm still working on these worlds. But yeah, that's the idea. Stuff like Devil May Cry and Hi-Fi Rush. I want to play Hi-Fi Rush at some point. That looks like so much fun. But yeah, that's... I want to play more games like that, because I love that kind of game. Like, a little while ago I played, Metal Gear Rising, and that was so much fun to play through. I absolutely enjoyed that. But yeah, I want to play other games like that. Just, the problem is, too, is, like, I barely have any time to just sit down and play games. Like, I'm playing through, BioShock right now, which is not usually the kind of game I'd play. I've just been socially pressured by Cole into playing it. And I'm enjoying it, I really am. But yeah, I do want to take inspiration from other games and other experiences that I've tried. What the worlds you make don't mesh with the gameplay you end up with? I'll talk about that in a sec. I'm gonna take another bite of ramen. That's why I'm not making... That's why I'm not making any, like approximated, like, gameplay portions to these worlds. Like, when I say I'm building up these worlds, I'm literally just making, like, a village. Because I know what I want. I want each of the 4 worlds to have a little community or a little village. Like, in Jimmy's world, it's an American suburb. In the Storybook Fantasy, it's like a storybook, like, goofy little village. In the Beast Turf, there's like a desert canyon with, like, caves in the wall, that are like the homes of these, like, beasts and monsters. And then the Destroyed City is like a destroyed, like, abandoned, like, New York City. So, like, that's what I know I want. It's nothing to do with, like, it's nothing that any gameplay that I decide to add later would ruin. Yeah, Jimmy's World's like The Office. But yeah, it's nothing that I know any gameplay would ruin. And once I had nailed down more of what I want the gameplay to be, then I can add that kind of thing to these worlds. So, like, these are just, like, the center point of these worlds, and then I could expand it to incorporate the gameplay that I want to incorporate. So, like, these branching paths that don't lead anywhere now will eventually lead to, like, I know I want the entrance to these worlds to be like a portal that Jimmy emerges from, like, from a landmark somewhere in the distance. So, for example, in Jimmy's world, it's his dad's work. In the Storybook Fantasy, it's like a fairy tale-like castle that he comes out of. So he would go into his dad's work and enter a portal that would lead him to, like, a hub world to then emerge from this fairy tale castle, and then he would go down, like, a little bit of a path to enter this village, and that path is going to contain, like, some gameplay. Like, I'll put some enemies in the path, and I'll put some, like, I don't know, basic platforming or something. That's the idea. Some way to connect the landmarks, incorporating the gameplay. So I can just literally add on to what I've already made. That's the idea. But yeah, I'm still just kind of noodling around with just filling out some of these areas here. I know I want... Oh, whoa, camera, please. I want this little area to be like a little park. I know that's kind of what this area is over here, but I kind of want to try and do something over here as well. So I'll probably just plop down some trees and stuff along this path. Is Jimmy's dad named Michael? No, but I do actually have a name for him. His name is David. Jimmy also has a mom that's going to also be important to the story. Who also has a name, but her name is a little bit more important to something that I might want to have become a story thing later on, so I don't know if I want to spoil it. Once I get to designing more of that part of the game, then maybe I'll think about it. But yeah, I have notes. I have things I want to do. Some things I'll say on stream, and some things I won't. Does the office take place? Does the office take place? That's how I read it. Does the game take place during Office Season 1 or 2, post or pre Dave's divorce? I think this is a branching timeline situation. So you know how in, you know how The Legend of Zelda has, like, that branching timeline at Ocarina of Time where, like, you know, when Link goes back in time to be a child, then Twilight Princess and that line of games happen, but in the adult timeline, Wind Waker and those games happen. It's like a branching timeline where, like, it's like, if David, like, doesn't get divorced, then The Office happens. But in my game, actually, I don't know if I want to spoil it. No, I'll say it now. He dies. Jimmy's dad dies, and then that leads into this game and its branching timeline. I won't say how he dies, but he dies. Yeah, the Ganondorf killed David. Yeah, exactly. I typed that before you... Oh, good. Yeah, I knew me saying, like, ooh, I don't know if I want to spoil it. You could probably assume that, yeah, he probably dies. I'm okay with saying that, because that's going to happen pretty early on, like, right at the start of the game, basically. And no one's going to watch these streams anyway. Turn off placement of one of these types of mushrooms so I'm able to place some more trees, because I think it's legitimately, yeah, it's legitimately just alternating. I didn't even notice. your game somehow takes off, people probably will. I mean, yeah, that's why I have the VOD channel. That's why I want to like keep it up in case of something like that. I also want to keep expectations low, cause like at the end of the day, I just want to make this game because I want to make it. I'm not trying to, you know, get it popular or whatever. I just have an idea for a passion project, and I just want to do it. That's the goal. And at some point too, God, I would love to, like, if I stream more. Yeah, that's why I want to keep expectations low. But, like, God, I would love to do, like, if I stream more, I'd love to do more, like, game jams and stuff. I've never done a game jam before, but, like, I never know what I want to do for those, or, like, I guess I'm not, like, confident enough in my ability to, like, quickly put something together in, like, a week. But, like, that's the thing, is, like, I just gotta try and do it. Like, that kind of thing sounds like a lot of fun. I just gotta, like, kick myself and start doing it. Like, if I don't have any ideas for how I want to further progress this game, I'd love to, like, try a game jam. Because then I can just make some dumb games to just, like, you know, push out the door to be, like, build up a sort of, like, I guess, like, a portfolio or something. If I wanted to get more recognition, and, like, I hate using popularity, but, whatever. But also, it just could be fun. And it would give me experience in working on, things in slightly different ways, I guess. I don't know. I just gotta push myself out the door and just do it. That's the point. Just make Snake, but add a gun. And we'll call it Metal Gear Solid. It's genius. I feel weird about placing these, like, foliage assets too close to each other. Because, like, I don't want it to look too busy, but also I don't want it to look too empty. I see Snake with a gun on the portfolio. Yep, hired immediately. Absolutely. What would the gameplay be? Because Snake is, you go and you eat dots and you grow bigger until you fill the screen. So what would the gun add? Are there enemies that are trying, like, ooh, if you run into an enemy, then it makes you smaller. But you have to shoot the enemies in order to get them off the board as you're eating the dots to grow bigger. And as you grow bigger, you're able to get hit by enemies. You're more likely to get hit by enemies. So you have to use your gun to shoot them. Shoot that jerk snake that's always in the way. Oh, yeah, maybe there's more than one snake. Maybe it's like PvP, where it's like you get multiple people in a lobby, and you have to fight each other. And if you are double the size of the other person's snake, then you can eat them and win. I bet that exists. I don't see why not. It's like 3DS shovelware, really. Tree tier list? I don't know a lot of trees. I can rank Minecraft trees. Nether trees, A tier. I really love their designs, but they're in the Nether. Oak tree, God tier. Birch tree, A tier. They could be used to like add accents to your structures. Jungle trees, dark oak, any of those kinds of trees that grow in like 4 like blocks and are like huge, I'd say like C tier. Because like I always get that like overwhelming feeling of just like I have to cut the whole tree down and then it takes me like 30 minutes. Piranha Plant F tier, ass Sakurai. Now, all joking aside, real life trees. It's a good question. Evergreen trees, I'd say like B tier. Cause like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of how they look, but like during the winter, there's some pretty good looking trees. Like, I feel like evergreen trees only look nice in the winter. In the summer, that's just, I don't know. They just don't look good. Fruit trees go crazy. Oh, absolutely. Fruit trees S tier. Any fruit tree. I'd say like oak or like maple trees. I'd say probably S tier. S tier, pretty good S tier tree. Probably low S, high A. Oh yeah, fruit trees do attract a lot of fruit flies, that's fair. But yeah, like, oh, whoops, I did not mean to do that. But yeah, like, oak trees or like maple trees, you see them a lot in, I don't know about other parts of the country, well, probably other parts of the country, but like, mostly in like, where I'm from, Northeast Ohio, you see a lot of oak trees and maple trees. And they're some good trees, they look nice. And like, you go hiking, and you just see like a lot of those kinds of trees. I don't know, they're just very aesthetically pleasing. I love me a good maple tree. They're a good autumn tree, absolutely. I'd say we count autumn trees in this tier list because they only add to the aesthetic of the overall tree. I don't see a lot of like, come to think of it, I don't think I've seen like any like birch trees or anything like that, especially where I'm from. So I can't really speak to them as much. Because flytraps are the tree innovators. Yeah, but they also inspired Piranha Plant. You put that in F tier, so, you know, just saying. Oops. Could just add some bushes here and there. I didn't do that, Sakurai did. We just have to blame Sakurai for the existence of Piranha Plant. Dude, I still remember when I was first shown, because for the longest time I never watched any, like, when Smash Ultimate was first, like, coming out and they were revealing, like, the trailers for all the new characters and stuff. For the longest time, I didn't want to watch any of the trailers because we were gonna record ourselves playing it for the first time, and I wanted to have that, like, raw reaction to, like, the characters as they were introduced in the game. And I didn't realize that you had to unlock all the characters first, so it didn't really make for a satisfying video. But the trailer for Piranha Plant, Cole just, like, had to show me, because it's like, my god, it's Piranha Plant. And I, for the longest time, thought it was a meme. I'm like, this isn't real. And yet, here he is. Done a YouTube channel about Venus flytraps and went down that rabbit hole. Do you have any fun Venus flytrap facts for us? For the stream? Show shit with the class. Yeah, go for it. Rather hype out from a fancy cutscenes than a silhouette splash screen. I mean, fair. I just wanted. I think the idea was, like, I wanted the character to just show up on screen, and, like, you just, like, running around as him and being like, he's in the game, and just me going, dude, it's on the screen currently. I don't know. I was a different person back then. They make bugs drunk to catch them? I mean, damn. That makes sense. I know there's the, I don't know the specifics of, like, what the types of traps are called, but, like, I know there's the one that, you know, the Pokemon look, I don't know. The one where it's like, it's like a thing that bugs can land on, and they just, like, the surface of it is slippery, so they just, like, fall inside of it. And then it's like wet inside or something, or there's some substance that, like, prevents them from being able to fly out. Yeah, they I know those, hold on, let me look it up real quick. I'm not describing it very well. Yeah, that's the Venus flytrap. Oh, yeah, this kind of plant. This one. This is the one I was describing. It's like a little, like, I don't want to say sack, but it's a thing that, like, flies land on the rim, and, like, the surface is, like, very slick and slippery, so they just, like, fall in. I know, yeah. I know this is the kind that you're talking about, but I know these kind exist as well. It's very fascinating. Pull the stream back up. There it is. I know they also use like a substance that like, I don't know if it gets them drunk. I just know that there's like a slick substance or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. They also close if someone touches the second hair within 20 seconds of touching the first one. Gotcha. They get progressively faster at closing over time. Wow. I mean, that makes sense too, because like, I assume when they eat flies and stuff, they get energy from that. That's the whole point. So like, I imagine that the more stuff they eat, the more energy they get, and like the more efficient they are at eating stuff. Should add Dekuba. Oh, that'd be a neat skin. Or Echo Fighter or whatever. I'm sure there's a mod out there somewhere where it's like it's a Dekubaba over Piranha Plant. There's gotta be. Alright, almost done with this this little area here. Alright, that actually looks really good. I'm really happy with how this is turning out so far. Yeah, I'm probably gonna save. Let me have a quick run around. And let's see how it feels to just run around in this little area here. Can Flowey participate in the plant tier list? Yes. F tier. F tier plant. Literally is convincing you to do genocide. Yeah. Thank you, Wiljo. Yeah, I like this little area over here because it's like it's starting to feel more like a secluded little village in like a big like a mushroom forest or something. And it doesn't really look that like too busy or anything. Like it just feels like a forest. Then you have this area here where it's like it's a bit more open and spacious, like a park or something. And then you can go down this area here. I don't know, I'm really starting to like how this is looking so far. It reminds me of villages and seclusion. So yeah, like I said, this is probably a shorter stream. I'm probably gonna end it here. I mostly just wanted to talk about future plans and stuff I have in mind, and just work on filling this area out a little more, and it's slowly coming more and more to life. And as I've been working on this world, I now have better ideas for how I want to go about doing other worlds. So again, I'm very happy with how this turned out so far. But yeah, it reminded me of Paper Mario. Yeah, I wanted the aesthetic of like that effect of like digital assets on top of a like a watercolor like flat background. But yeah, I mean I'm glad it gave you that impression. Absolutely. At least like your first impression wasn't that like it looks bad or anything. Looks a lot like a town from Bug Fables. I mean, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will probably not stream this Friday because I want to set some more stuff up. But I'll probably stream again next week on Wednesday, so that'd be the 6th. And we will work on the next world. I'm not working on this world again until June. Because that's like the rotation of the world. So like I worked on Jimmy's World in January, this world in February, Beast Turf in March, Destroyed City in April, then back to Jimmy's World in May, and then we'll do this world again in June. So that's why I said yeah, last day of working on Storybook Fantasy until June. But yeah, I'll probably stream again on the 6th, so I'll see you then. Take care and have a good one.
For me to break, I'm a sharpshooter at Paul's Masquerade, hiding both face and mind.